Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So in today's video, we're going to be creating some mixed media style cards using our clear stamps. And I'm going to show you some really fun ways that you can use your stamps with your gel press and some acrylic paint or acrylic markers. So this is my 6x6 gel press. As you can see, it's well loved. And I love getting my gel press out from time to time and just having a play. I think it's just really fun to play with your supplies and see what results you can get. So I'm going to be using the Cheerful Flowers background stamp from Christina Warner's line with Concord and 9th. I was going to use the Simple Dots background stamp as well, but I ended up not using that. You will need a brayer if you're working with the gel press. I'm also going to use my non-stick mat. This was the mat that came with the Tim Holtz glass media mat, so I'll leave a link to this in the description box below because I believe you can get it separately. Mine is very well used, as you can see. And I'm going to be trying out some Ohuhu acrylic markers. So first off, I've got the Nahuku markers, and I love the fact that these have got a little window so that you can see how much paint is left in the pen, and then they're really fine tip at the end as well, so they're great for the technique that we're going to be working with today. But any acrylic markers that you've got in your stash will work for this technique. I know many people have Posca pens, so they would work great for this technique. And if you don't have any marker pens, you can still do these techniques just with acrylic paint and a paintbrush, and you can just paint your images instead. So to stamp our image, I'm just removing the acetate sheets from the back of the stamp. I'm going to keep the front layer on just to make it a little bit easier to handle. However, I think in hindsight, I would have removed that and popped it on an acrylic block. I think it would have just made it a little bit easier. I've got some black acrylic paint. This is just some Daler Rowney black paint that I've got in my stash, and I'm just going to squirt a little bit of the paint onto the media mat, and then I'm going to use my brayer to roll it out. And so I'm just going to brayer it out so that I've got a nice coverage of the paint on my brayer, and then I'm going to roll the brayer all over the background stamp. So this is just like we're inking it up with an ink pad, but we're inking it up with some paint. And by using a brayer, it means that you only capture the raised portions of the stamp, so you're not getting paint all over the lower portions of the stamp either. So I'm just going to flip it over now, and this is where having it on an acrylic block would have been a little bit easier. But I'm just going to place that carefully down and then make sure that I apply good pressure all over the stamped area so that we get a really good transfer onto the gel press. And remember, you're going for a mixed media look. It's not going to be perfection, but you do get a really good impression on the gel press. Now, you do want to leave it a few moments for that black paint to dry, but as soon as it's dry, you can then come in with your acrylic markers and add colour to this stamped image. So basically, we're just going to colour the image in now directly on our gel press. If you don't have marker pens, as I mentioned earlier, you can just use a paintbrush and some acrylic paint, but you just want to make sure that you're using a very thin coat of paint. You don't want it to be taking too long to dry. And so I'm just using the acrylic pens now to colour in the whole image. I'm using blue for the centres of the flowers, green for the leaves, and then a blend of two purples on the flowers. So I've got a darker purple around the centres and then a lighter purple around the edges. And I did find that if I pressed too hard on my gel press, it did stop the flow of paint coming out the pen. So it did just need a bit of a shake and a bit of a wipe off on the scrap of paper I've got to the side of me. Also, if your black paint isn't dry, it will clog up the pens. So you do want to make sure that that black layer is dry first of all. But there you can see our image is all coloured in and you've got that really fun mixed media arty look. Now, I lost a little bit of footage here, but what I did was I allowed those paints to dry and then I applied a thin layer of acrylic paint over the top to pull my print onto some smooth white cardstock. And you can see we've got that really fun mixed media look. I'm going to repeat this process now using some different pens, and I'm also going to show you exactly what I did to lift the print so that you can see that process too. I just unfortunately lost that bit of footage there. I think I paused the camera and then forgot to restart it when the paint was dry, so that's why I lost it. Now, another little tip is don't ink up your stamp on your gel press because, as you can see, the stamp completely stuck to the gel press. It made it really difficult to peel it back off. So using an acrylic block would have definitely been a little bit easier here. So I'm just going to stamp that image on the gel press here. Now, obviously I've used black for both of my stamped images today, but you could really use any colour acrylic paint that you've got in your stash. It doesn't need to be black. And of course you could create some really fun techniques by using different colours. Now, I've got another set of Ohuhu acrylic markers to try, and they very kindly have sent me these, by the way, to just give them my impressions of them and see how I get on with them. And I do a lot of mixed media. Many of you that have followed me for a while will know that I'm on the Rubber Dance design team, and so I love creating mixed media art and mixed media style cards, and so it's a really fun way of just getting a little bit more from your stamp collection that you've already got. So I've selected out some colours that I'm going to use today. I ended up not using that red, I've popped that back to one side. I'm going to use a purple instead because I'm going to use some teals and some blues. And these have both a fine tip and a bullet tip end, so they're great for different techniques. So I'm just going to move that mat out the way so that I don't get black paint all over my arm. And then I'm just going to colour in the image in exactly the same way. I'm going to use 3 different shades of blue on the flowers just to give a bit more shading and variation of colour. And I found that the paint from these markers went on the gel press really well. They didn't seem to get gunked up, and the flow of the paint was really good as well. So it meant it was easier to blend with on the gel press. So once I've finished colouring all of this image in, I am going to need to leave the paint to dry. And I did find that these markers took a little bit longer to dry than the other ones. So I'm assuming that's because the paint went on a little bit thicker and the flow was a lot more consistent. So I will need to set it aside to dry, but I absolutely love how these colours look together. So in order to pull the print, I'm going to add a final layer of paint. This is the olive green light paint, and I'm just going to add a very small amount and use my brayer to spread that out across my gel press. You really don't want too much paint here when you come to pull your print, otherwise you're not going to be able to lift the whole design off. So it should be a very, very thin layer. I'm just making sure that that's nice and even, and then I'm going to add a piece of smooth white cardstock over the top, apply even pressure using my hands, and then I'm able to lift that print off. And I think this looked absolutely gorgeous. I really love how this print turned out, and so I flipped it over to peel off my gel plate just so that you can see what the design is looking like as it peels off. But yeah, I think it's really, really pretty. I love the colour combination here. And I think those colours work really well with the art style of the stamped image. I just think it looks gorgeous. So what I always do with gel prints to help me kind of see how they're going to look is I trim them down straight away, get rid of all that extra white space. And then I'm going to use these nesting piercing dies from Waffle flower to just kind of help pick out some of the design. I'm going to be making 2 A2 cards today, but I am going to do them slightly different. So one will have a more slim border and the other one will have a slightly wider white border. And it would just mean that the 2 cards look slightly different. I love how when you've cut out the panels from the gel prints, you can really see the design. It really kind of helps you see how you can finish it off and turn it into a card. And sometimes I think with a gel print that you do need to trim it down in order to really see its true potential. Sometimes I find it's not until it's trimmed down that I actually like a design that I've created. So get creative with your gel prints, trim them down, use your dies. You can cut out different shapes from them as well, and you might be really surprised with the finished design that you've got. So the larger print I've just stuck directly down to the card blank. The smaller one I am going to pop up with some foam tape just to give it a little bit of extra interest and dimension. And then once that's stuck down, I've fished out a few sentiments from my stash. These are Concord and 9th sentiments. So I've got You Make Me Smile, which is white heat embossed on black card. And that's from the So Many Sayings stamp set. And then I've got this So Grateful die as well, which I've popped on some foam tape. So I added a few little gems just to finish the cards off, but here are the finished cards today, and I absolutely love how these turned out. I really hope that this has given you some inspiration of ways that you can use your stamps on your gel press and to create some really fun mixed media cards with supplies that maybe you didn't think were necessarily mixed media. As always, all the products that I've used will be linked in the description box below. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this tutorial. It really helps me out. Leave me a comment. And if you're not subscribed to my channel and would like to see more from me, then don't forget to subscribe. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.